Do, 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 do. Let some people matriculate their way in. Drew's running late because this half went very fast for some reason, but 10 minutes ahead of where we normally have. And yeah, I shaved for the Halloween costume. Oh my god, my kids were just shocked. I don't know if my youngest had ever seen me clean shaven. So 10 years younger, guys. Who's not 10 years younger? Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was 16 of 19 for 138 yards and one really horrible interception. But the 3 sacks, the interception, the sacks are, anyone who watched the Bears game, very Caleb-esque. Turning around, running backwards, losing an extra 5 yard, 3 for 22. So you're talking 7 and change for each one. Flacco's been kind of meh. They've had a couple of big plays called back. Taylor's been okay. Aaron Jones has been okay. I didn't know we were getting Cam Akers. That was a thing. The Vikings kicker has been really good this year. And he just forgot how to kick today. And yeah, the Caleb Williams, now I got them mixed up. Sam Darnold getting hit in the face on a touchdown. So that's 9 points that opponents have scored on Sam Darnold getting hit in the face mask over the last couple weeks here. This one probably a little more consequential. That safety wasn't going to change a lot. The win probability was very, very low at that point for the Vikings. But as somebody who was pushing on the under, I was pretty sad. So the Colts have 5 first downs to the Vikings 13. They have 92 yards to the Vikings 194. 4.6 to 5.2 yards per play. It's been 3 turnovers, pretty messy. Only 3 accepted penalties. Time of possession, double for the Vikings. Really weird. Yeah, it is. So I'm just going to use Mike's comment here. Minnesota -6, 23.5. One of those where, it's tough down by 7. So you get that weird spot where you could push on it if they lose by 1, but the odds of a tie aren't very, very good. So essentially you're paying out extra here. I kind of wanted to go Minnesota. I thought maybe we'd get a 23 for the second half. I did kind of want this over as well. Like I said, we got 300 total yards and none of them giving us offensive points at this point. Just 1 defensive score. You should have 21 points from the offense when you have that many yards. Just kind of bad luck in the middle of the field, bad luck turnover, bad luck kicking. Drew seemed pretty sober, although we had some decent betting days. Sometimes I think he gets more fucked up when he is when he has a good day than when he has, he doesn't drink the pain away, but he celebrates with little vino. Vikings do get the ball to start in the second half. Thank you, Nick. Colts getting pushed down, so taking a little Colts money. Maybe I just wait. If you want to bet Minnesota, maybe you can wait a little. Addison's been great. Jefferson's obviously been great. Hawkinson's been there when needed. Just kind of a really weird spot. The Vikings ran 37 plays. Did anyone? Yeah, Vikings had 2 red zone possessions. None resulted in points. Obviously, I'm kind of tempted. Obviously, Minnesota in the over. I know some people that took some early overs. This closed 46.5, 47. I think there were some 45s right away once the Colts turned the ball over. I saw people jump on that. Live total 30.5. I want to watch what bookmakers do in here before I kind of want to wait for Drew, see if he'll show up. Yeah, I hit the line pretty hard this week too. I found some, I think that piece of shit, Megalopolis, cost him too much money because all the Coppola wine was on sale. Got a decent bottle of a 21 Cab Sauv for $14. I might just grow the mustache back in, see how creepy I look. Okay, so it's flat 108 both ways at bookmaker, minus 5.5, plus 5.5 for the Colts, 23.5. The over's getting steamed up. It was a 2021. I'm going to get into the bourbons now that it's getting some cold weather. I know that I did shave, and then I ended up on Halloween walking to the bar from my office. And fuck, I hadn't felt the cold cut of the wind on my cheeks in quite a while. So I'm gonna hop in this 23.5. Yeah, I think he did actually sell a big chunk of the wineries to fund the film. I have pulled out. I've done handlebar. I can pull off a mustache. We'll do a Movember thing, right? So I'm gonna take a little second half over 23.5, paying extra. I'm gonna shop around a little, see if I can get a cheaper price here. Maybe bookmakers in our I don't have enough windows open. We're gonna call it at the bookmaker price. Over 23.5 minus 17. Putting it on the board. Any? The kids did freak out. Like I said, my 10-year-old probably has never seen it. The last few weddings, I've just trimmed up the beard really nice. Even my brother's wedding, I don't think I shaved. Maybe I'll check on that one. Yeah, I didn't have much in this game. Some smart people. I should give some shout outs. I can't remember whose name. I'll find them. But the Discord always has really good thoughts on props. And I'm hesitant to pull the trigger on props a lot. But when I have a feeling and I have the reasoning and the same reasoning and a couple people say it, I usually will. So congrats to me for listening to some people in the Discord and playing some Jacoby Myers over catches and the late one that took Montgomery over yardage. It was nice. It's nice tailing some smart people and getting some props home like that. So that leads me to I wanted to play Hawkinson over, but everything locked up on me because it was too close to the game. The only thing available was Hawkinson to catch a ball in the first drive. So I'm 1-0 in this game. I didn't have a lot going on in this. I'm not doubling down. I'm fine leaving this be. If you guys have any props in the chat, obviously, let me know. This was a rough one. I knew some people that had this under though, so it's kind of funny. It's like the Kenneth Walker yardage stuff too. Tua, you don't think about that. It's kind of like kneel downs on that final play. Tua lost 25 yards of his passing yardage total because Jalen Waddle he was really gonna pull a Dion and loop around, but somebody was faster than him, so decided that he was going to lose him a bunch of yardage. His passing yard, any number you had, went from the over to the under. Kenneth Walker, yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row now. He's lost 15, 20 yards on the high snap. That counts against your rushing total when you collect a high snap like that. So the snap goes over Geno's head, running back grabs it, running back's tackled 20 yards behind the line. He didn't do anything wrong. He gets, 18 yards off of his rushing total. That's 2 weeks in a row for him. I'm gonna put a pin in that because what if he has some incentive to getting to a threshold of yardage and he's 40 yards short in the last game? That's gonna feel pretty bad. Chris Sims doing a Kornacki spot. If you like the over, yeah, I think that's true. Chances if you like the over, the Vikings is correlated to that. If you have places that let you parlay both sides, I think that's probably a good one. The only issue I have is what is KOC going to cook up? Because the interior pressure for the second straight week is just murdering Darnold. He's getting heavy pressure inside. He doesn't have a lot of feel right now. Sucked. Yeah, Waddle did not score. Did we forget to do a preview of this game? That's interesting. Sometimes we forget Monday Night Football because we didn't used to do it. Myers ladder definitely helped me. Oh, that's Leo. I think it was this guy.
You look funny shaved, man.
I know.
I'm sorry I'm late, but I can't get over you without a beard.
I can't when I go take a piss here at the office, I have to walk past the mirror.
Yeah.
And when I go take a piss at home, I have to walk past the mirror.
Yeah.
And there's a mirror.
You're 13 years old.
Every time I walk past the mirror, and it's just shocking me. It's been 3 days. It still gets me. Oh,
I appreciate the commitment to the costume. You were a great Garth.
I was
well done,
Garth.
Cheers to the listeners. I'm sorry I'm late.
Yeah, I'm sorry if we skipped over this game on the preview too.
Did we? No, we talked about it. Oh, no. You know why? Because it was out of rotation order. It was earlier in the podcast because it was not in the Sunday night football slot from a rotation standpoint. Do you remember?
It was. We did.
If you wanted to hear my handicap, it was a lot of. I think the Vikings are gonna have no problem scoring points. They have a red zone pick and 2 missed field goals so far. So, oops. But you know what, Andy? I've had a phenomenal Sunday, so I kind of don't fucking care.
Let's hear it for hip hooray for my play of the day.
This is our second half over. Okay,
we just played the over. My favorite play was the Falcons.
Me too.
That was very nice.
Loved it.
Loved getting that one home.
The 4th down touchdown was my favorite play of the day.
I had a little doubt about the Washington play this morning when Robinson was ruled out. That sucked. Turns out the 2-point conversion luck went my way. Such is life. Cash that. What was the other one I really liked?
What did you think of Chris Rodriguez Jr.'s work? Did you even know he was rostered?
I
was like, who's Rodriguez Jr.?
I did because he's gotten some work in like a blowout.
Oh, okay.
I think if you'd have been like, who's next up, I wouldn't have pulled his name off the top of my head. I'm like, I remember this guy. He's like their 4th back, right? What are you drinking there?
This is the Nebbiolo from Piedmont. Not a Barolo. Those are usually you want to have those with food or pasta, some red sauce, something a little bit hearty.
I made spicy curry like tikka masala yesterday, and I made
tikka.
Very,
What's tikka?
Tikka.
Never heard of that. Tikka.
I say tikka.
Tikka. Okay.
Tikka masala. You say it in the
Okay.
And then chili this morning. I have heartburn, guys.
Spoken like a true Kamala Harris.
I have heartburn.
13-year-olds aren't supposed to get heartburn, Andy.
I know. I'm the only 13-year-old shopping for Prilosec. They won't sell it to me. DiCaprio.
Hey, I like your pick. I like your pick on the second half over. I'm riding with you.
Yeah. We'll talk. You know what? In the aftermath of the Monday night halftime, we'll kind of talk about the final polls and everything. I don't know if I have it in me today, man. It's been a grind getting through. The only thing
Halloween weekend on a Thursday was a real fuckery.
Well, it's a lot. And honestly, like Dan, remember producer Dan Weiner had a very, very good point. And I think this is a big reason why it's always on the main screen for me. The best part about the red zone is no commercials, but obviously it's so much bigger this year because when you watch these primetime games and you get like the, this and that, and she wants to do this, and look what he did with the garbage. It's like, I can't. And then, like I've told you this, the way my internet works out there, it doesn't really know my location. Like I'm off the grid.
Yeah.
So I'll get random cities. So I'm getting like attack ads for like San Antonio and stuff. It's just crazy. These people I've never heard of for these local elections. It's rough.
All right.
Yeah, and the Breeders' Cup. That was
the Breeders' Cup.
That looked so gorgeous.
Fun, man. Oh my God, it was so fun. The weather was so good. I went to Monarch. You remember Monarch?
Oh, I brought that up with so you know Mazzola, James Mazzola.
Yes.
He was gonna go.
James, our buddy.
We had it's funny, we had this back and forth because he's kind of close to the area. He lives in that valley. And he's like asking me all these questions about how to go and where he should sit and what he should do. And then finally he realized like he doesn't give a shit about the Breeders' Cup. He just wanted to go do horse racing.
He just wants to go to Del Mar.
He's like, that's what we landed on. He's like, He's like, I should go next week. I'm like, yeah, that when the prices are a quarter of what you're
Yes.
gonna pay.
A quarter?
Maybe a tenth.
Yeah, a tenth. Yeah, seriously.
So
They'll just let you walk in. Yeah.
Yeah, the turf club is one of the nicer like club areas. Not like the nice, but it's nice enough. And it's $240 for a table for 4 on a Saturday. $200 is the general admission. You don't get a seat. You can just stand around on Saturday.
For one person.
One person of the Breeders' Cup. Yeah, so
yeah.
it's a lot
It's
different.
apples and oranges.
I'm like, you know what you should do?
Yeah.
If you don't know any of the horses,
I will tell you
don't
this,
give a
man.
shit.
I ended up with standing room trackside.
That's
that
nice.
was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
We just stood right there by the freaking runway, watched the horses come through after they did the parade, and then we had the perfect sight line for the finish line. It was fucking sick. It was killer.
If you ever do go on a Friday, and I can't speak to other tracks like in Kentucky, maybe the seating is a lot smaller, but if you go to either Del Mar or Santa Anita on Friday, the seating is never full. Like you can just
never.
The
reserved seating, you can just go and sit in a seat.
Yeah, go buy standing room only.
Yes.
Get in as cheap as you can, and then just find a seat.
Just go sit in a seat. Yeah.
Honestly, I hate sitting anyway. Dude, when we were at Santa Anita, we stood the whole time.
Yeah.
We ate a pizza off a bush. I mean, it was
it was a better view.
Yeah.
It was a better view, of the track. Yeah. But the Breeders' Cup yesterday was phenomenal. I had so many.
How was that only
calls.
yesterday?
I know, right? We took the train down at 6 a.m. Bloody Marys on the train. Got going early. Rode our bikes to the track. Had breakfast burritos at this awesome coffee place called Liquid Bean right by the track. We were there for first post, hanging out in the wine garden. A lot of people came and said hi. They recognized us from the podcast, and they were like, wow, holy shit. Like it was quite cool. There was a lot of deep dive fans. A lot of people said say hey to Andy. And then the races were amazing. So Mitch had some solid picks. I was in strong agreement with him not to go against Sierra Leone in the classic, and that cost me a lot because I think we got to the classic and I had the pick 4 live, including the 30-1 that hit in the race 5. I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 was the classic, and the 5 30-1 hit, and so that was live into the classic. And I had 6 horses in the field in that pick 4, and it was 50 cents to win like $1,900. And I was like, this pays for the whole fucking trip. I was like, this is amazing. And fucking Sierra Leone won. I had Fierceness. I had Forever Young. That was the second and third horse. I think I had the 4th and 5th too. I think I had 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway,
I got busy with some stuff.
It's brutal, but it was so fun.
I ended up getting busy. Cool, I didn't bet a lot of like single stuff. I played early. I played some early stuff, and then I ended up like just not getting involved late. And I had Fierceness on the, what do you call it, fixed odds. So I got a bunch of, it's the only time you get CLV in horse racing is the massive races that you can buy fixed odds. So Fierceness goes off as a favorite. I had him at like 4-1 or whatever it was. I'm like, oh well, I made time to watch that race. Like, fuck this. This is dumb.
Monarch remains one of the coolest places on earth. This is a bar restaurant
really nice
in Del Mar with just a 180-degree view of the Pacific Ocean at sunset. That was amazing. That was incredible. Great, just all-time great day.
My wife brought that place up the other day because
fun.
we all went there after and just got a whole shit.
We're going there next year. You better believe it.
Monarch's awesome. Just that whole area, like even the area we walked from the track back to Del Mar. Because the Uber situation was so fucked.
At the track is impossible. That's why you need a bike.
I know. I'm like, I should have put a bike in my carry-on. Del Mar is very, very awesome. Pumped.
You just needed to get it. You need to get an Airbnb next time that comes with bikes, and you're golden.
Yeah. Usually they come with like kayaks and shit.
Yeah. All right. The couple of other thoughts. Oh yeah, it was a winning. Did the Vikings finally score? Thank God.
Addison
Oh my
got it.
God.
Addison's been kind of a dog today. When they've got him the ball, he's been fighting.
We've had a couple of young receivers break out, JSN and now Addison.
JSN went like Flipper Anderson on our ass. He had like 200 yards, man.
He was undefendable. He was so good.
Did you look at next week's lines at all? Somebody asked about
a little bit. Yeah. What do you think?
So I played. Oh, should we see how my look aheads did? Let's see how my look aheads did.
Is this going to be funny?
It's either fun or funny. So I thought Chicago would play better today. Obviously, New England didn't play it well either. I grabbed Chicago 6.5.
That's going to be 7.
It's a cheap 7, so it's about the same price. I grabbed Indy plus 4.5. That has been bet down. It feels like that's about
how this game goes. Yeah,
I think that's probably about where it's going to open. I grabbed Atlanta, New Orleans over 47. Thank you, Olave, for getting brains destroyed again. He is like the only person who gets one of those hits every week. I feel better. He's going to have CTE.
He is.
Carr is responsible for
hospital balls every week.
Yeah. That's 47.5, 48. So got a little CLV there. San Francisco, Tampa Bay is 47.5. I bet the over. That's, we're still waiting for Tampa to play tomorrow. That's kind of sitting right in that same neighborhood. And then I played Denver, Kansas City under 42. The Denver defense was underwhelming against finally a really good offense. And Baltimore is a goddamn truck. That was like a deep enhancing from a defense that's looked really, really good.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, they're still very good. We were mentioning that there's 3 amazing defenses in the same division.
Vance Joseph was not having the time of his life.
No, it's just there's so much to defend. When Zay is going to have a game like that, and you still have the running from Lamar and Tractor Cito, it's like, fuck, what are you going to do?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
When they're on, you're toast. Basically, like other teams, if you want to make the Super Bowl from the AFC, they have to have a bad day. Although the Chiefs defense matches up well.
I forgot to shout out Citizen Bowl. Citizen Bowl made my weekend. We're betting the horses. 15 to 1. 15 to 1 he went off. Bob Baffert. And honestly, seeing the Bob Baffert horses in person, they're fucking monsters. They're all like enormous fucking asses on these horses. I do not know what he's doing training these horses, but they have the most phenomenally enormous hindquarters. You can barely believe it.
Were they thick?
They were thick with 2 C's, Andy.
And the C's are horseshoes.
Yes, the C's are horseshoes. All right. The other opener thoughts I had. Kind of surprised the Commanders are not 3. I think the Commanders are going to get bet. They're good. Wait, I got a question. Is this a Dan Quinn? He's just the coach of the year, right?
Yeah, probably, man. They're going to win the Philly's doing things. How is Philly going to catch them if they just don't lose?
We get Philly next week, by the way. Not this coming week, but the following week. Yes.
Philly, Dallas.
Philly is 6-point favorites on the road. That's unbelievable. I guess that's assuming that Dax doesn't go. Right?
So Dak is having a MRI on his hamstring, which isn't good.
That's bad, yes.
CeeDee Lamb says he's going to play.
He played. He went back out and caught the 2-point.
The thing is, you say that in the locker room. Wait till you cool down. Wait till that thing flares up tomorrow. We'll see how you're doing, because it is a sprained AC joint. His hand looked like a balloon, right? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Yeah. When they said he was out for a hamstring, I'm like, what about his hand?
Yeah.
So we'll see on that. There was a couple bad, like somebody mentioned in the chat already, another center, Cushenberry tore his Achilles.
Yep.
He's probably done if that is for sure. George Fant missed like 100 games with a knee injury, comes back, injures his knee again. That's Seattle. The AJ Brown, The
Seattle's
AJ
on bye,
Brown,
right?
Seattle lost to the Rams.
I know, but they're on bye this week, right?
I think you're right.
Anyway, yeah.
The other ones
Nico.
was Nico might be back.
Yeah, and yet the Texans are 4-point dogs at home. You take some stones to bet against the Lions right now, but that doesn't feel like a right number.
The other part about the Cowboys number is AJ Brown was ruled out with a knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he going to be good to go? Because they're a different team and they don't have everybody. It doesn't seem like Goddard is ever coming back. Olave, I'm probably ruling him out right now in my head.
Goddard was too busy doing Halloween costumes with his girlfriend as the baby from well, they were Zach Galifianakis and the baby from Bachelor Party. What was that movie? Bachelor Trip? Hangover. Thank you. Bachelor Trip, Road Party, something. I don't remember.
I'm going to do Raiders injuries and I'm going to have you guess. This is a fun game. I'm going to have you guess what part of the body they injured. Andrus Pete, offensive lineman left. Guess what he hurt?
Pinky finger.
Ankle.
Oh, okay.
Cornerback Nate Hobbs, who's kind of good. He was carted off in the locker room.
Yeah, he's good.
Injury was a
eyeball.
Ankle.
Okay.
Colton Miller spotted in a walking boot after the game. I'll give you a little hint on that one.
Foot.
Ankle. Cody Whitehair, another offensive lineman. 3 offensive linemen. He left in the second half.
Ankle.
Everybody. And then, of course, Harrison Bryant, their backup tight end, left in the fourth quarter also with a
foot injury.
Ankle injury.
Ankle. Oh, I thought you were finally going to play one on me.
I thought, that'd be funny if I.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was a concussion. He was a concussion. Yeah. All right. Yeah, just a question from Ryan. Good place for a bachelor party, Del Mar. It's more of a couple's place, honestly. Like, that's the place to take your girlfriend who you want to be your wife.
If you want to do a bachelor party,
you your wife
20 miles south.
Yeah, San Diego and Tijuana.
Don't do that.
Tijuana is a fun place for bachelor party. I didn't see where you were going with that. Yeah, if you're from LA, you can do the Carnival cruise to Encinitas. That's fun as shit too. Encinitas is a fun time. Anyway,
where do they have the golf? What's the
Gaslamp in Tijuana is pretty sick. Yeah.
What's the
Torrey
West Coast
Pines?
Mexican place? No, it's in Mexico. The West Coast resort town in Mexico.
Cabo. That's the end. That's the end of the. Yeah. I mean, Cabo is. If you're going to Mexico, yes, that's the best for sure. Yes, for sure. The booze cruise, the Carnival cruise that leaves Long Beach and spends 3 days at sea, and you stop at Encinitas and you go to pop some beers, and there's boobies everywhere. That's
I might play the Giants.
But if you do go to Encinitas, by the way, Papas and Beers, I think, is the kind of the headlining place. It's like, that's more for the kids. Go to Husong's. Husong's is the best bar on earth. Period. Husong's at Encinitas. Ice fucking cold Bohemia's the best bar on earth.
I do like a Bohemia.
And they have peanuts everywhere. Just leave the shells on the floor. Husong's. Always have a soft spot in my heart for Husong's. It's a total shit show. Matt does.
Yeah, if you do want to be with the guys and party, like Brian's from San Diego, he knows the area, but like Pacific Beach was very fucking chill. If you got a bunch of guys who aren't just looking to get super hammered and chase skirts all night, that's just a really good bar vibes. All those bars are cool. We walked around Pacific Beach for a bit.
Good times.
Any surprise sellers? We do have 2 days until we can trade. It sounds like the Lions will be acquiring Zadarius Smith sometime overnight. That sounds like that's almost a done deal.
I would expect the Giants are maybe surprise sellers. We'll see who they have to sell, though.
Well, they have some pieces they could sell.
Saints might be surprise sellers. No, Saints never sell.
Jerry's buying. I don't know what the Saints would sell right now.
I don't think that. Yeah, Titans and Patriots remain sellers.
I think
the Jets are not sellers, but they should be.
even if they lose this game, I can't see the Colts being sellers.
Andy, are the Dolphins sellers?
Fuck, they might be, but their whole defense stinks. Like, people are really after defensive pass rush, and they need corners, they need pass rush. Like, who are you signing? Matt Ramsey? Is he moving? Are you doing that?
They just extended him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who they move.
All right, man. Let's wrap it up. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I got my beverage needs to be refreshed.
Drinky.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys. Yeah, Seattle might make a desperate offensive line move.
Seattle went from first to last in the NFC West very quickly.
Yeah. All right, one more question, Drew. Hit us with one NBA look for tomorrow.
Sure.
There's 100 games. Lakers laying 6.5 in Detroit, 227.
Lakers minus 2.5. Did you say it's 2.5? No, it's 6.
6.5. Tease them. What are you saying?
Celtics minus 10.5 and Lakers minus 6.5. That's a fun tease. No, in seriousness.
What do you think? Indy Dallas. That's a very big total.
Well, yeah, that's probably too low, honestly.
It's been bet up. What's the highlight game?
Suns Sixers.
Not good. I mean, not if you're a member of the media. You're bound to get hit.
You're right.
Oh, how about your? Here's my call. My Banchero's out. Never mind. I want to play Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando's
edge of the world.
They might score 80 points against the Thunder. They might score 80 points. Might.
I'm laying the 12.
Yeah, you want a Magic team total under is an absolute nuclear.
I might write that
down. Nuclear bet.
I need something to bet on a Monday. I don't have a lot of takes on the Monday night game. I don't think
these lines all are actually looking pretty tight. I haven't really done my full handicap yet. Spurs plus 4.5 at the Clippers is a good bet by my numbers. The Cavs laying 7.5 against the Bucks is like the worst spot of all time, as you have a Bucks backs against the wall and the Cavs undefeated, but those two teams are not playing like they're within a freaking touchdown, so might as well just lay the Cavs. God, the Warriors shouldn't be laying 9.5 on the road, but the Wizards are unbettable. Kings beat the Heat tomorrow, guys. There you go.
Kings stay Kings. All right, see you guys.
Kings beat the Heat. Okay.